Good evening, welcome back to TF Live. This is ozfortress season 30, week 2 we're in, and you guys are watching the main division tonight. We've got a matchup between Justice for Logjam and Misfits. It's quite an interesting matchup. So we've got Poesy's team versus, he's going up against guys he used to play with last season. Hoping to see a good match tonight. I think it'll be pretty close. So, would you like to introduce one of the teams, Jolson?
Yeah, hi, I'm the guy that's casting with Mal. I'll take over. I'll cover the Misfits roster. They have Jamal on flank scout. Pocket scout is Stir / Yokohama / whatever he likes to be called. Caspian is their pocket soldier. Schmuck is their Roma or Big Maurice. Their demo is Bappo / Diesel / whatever other alias he has. And their medic is Big World. And they have a few aliases, so we might lose track of them over time. But yeah. What about the other roster now?
Okay, so we've got our Lucky and Poesy on scouts. Faye is playing soldier as well as Mobloke, and they've got Brady on demo with ozfortress core, on medic. Yeah, last season Poesy did play demo, but he's on scout this time. And on the side of Misfits, last season Caspian used to play medic, but he is playing soldier this season.
Yeah,
which will be interesting to see tonight. Yep.
A fair amount of the players on the Poesy team, they played. Oh no, it was only like Poesy and Mobloke that played together last season, and then Brady and Core are Lucky and Faye have just come in, but they've stuck with this team for like the whole preseason. They played a bit of Summer Cup together as well, whereas the Caspian team, like, they formed a little bit later than them, and then but they still have a bunch of players who have played like into last season, like Schmuck and Bappo and Jamal have played at like that inter level recently, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. They've traded maps and scrims as well, so it'll be pretty even, I'd say.
I'd have to agree with you. Do you have any predictions for the scores tonight?
I'd say like both teams are really aggressive in my opinion. I'd say like the Bappo team, they'll probably like try and push a lot with like a sort of like try and out DM teams and then maybe coordinate towards the end. It's not to say like they don't have good coordination, but I think that's just their play style. They can play a lot more aggressive because Bappo is willing to take heals and walk forward. Same with Stir as well. Whereas I think Poesy does that to some extent. Like he walks forward and he kind of zones out a lot, which leaves the rest of his team to like try and fend for themselves. But most of the time it works out. It depends on how aggressive these teams go. I feel like if Caspian and his crew can spot the times where Poesy is overextending and maybe leaving his team to dry, then it'll be like a fairly easy win for them. Whereas if like Poesy can actually get aggressive, get picks with the rest of his team, like with Brady supporting with damage and then Faye and Moblo coming behind, I think they'll have the advantage. I think players to watch out for those like Jamal on the flank because he just destroys people. Like I played like a few weeks with him before, so he's really good and fun to watch. But I'd say everyone is pretty even on the side of like the the Justice for Logjam team. I think someone you could watch for is Faye, definitely. If Faye turns on, then that would be like a really good sign for them, and they'll take a few rounds. But in terms of scores for at least process, the first map, I'd say like maybe. I hope it's fast paced. So I'll say like 5-3 in the side of Misfits.
Yeah. I also haven't seen on the side of Justice for Logjam. Haven't seen Core or Eternal play in a little while, like play an actual season in a little while. So I'm interested to see how that goes tonight. Looks like both teams are ready up now.
Yep, double ready ups come in. Who do you want to watch on the first mid now?
I think everyone. I'm on the Mocam.
Alright, cool.
Good old pocket rollout.
Yeah, seeing the mid now. Both demos come at roughly even times. There is a soldier fast rolling out to take some early high ground. Mobloke, like you said, doing the pocket rollout. He's also taking some high early soldier aggression from Blue. They just destroy Schmuck and Caspian while they're both in the air.
Beautiful
And
air shot there.
yeah, it looks like they're just going to retreat now. Double scout still up, so they still have a chance to hold this with their demo. Mo actually gets picked off by Jamal. This is kind of the Jamal trademark where he walks in and tries to salvage something. Usually does, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, so it might not help them in their cause to hold second.
Yeah, Faye's just spamming out bats there as he goes to jump in and
great.
put a bit of more pressure there. Yeah, the demo got wrecked.
They actually have a slight override. If Big World spotted it with the Solemn Vow, he could have just crushed them. But unfortunately, it's just going to even out as a stalemate. Although there is a demo down, so they definitely have the chance to push this. Caspian's looking like he's already ready to go. He's on the rock, jumping in, making space for Papo. And hopefully, they're going to take this mid for free since Brady only just came up on demo. Oh, they're actually trying.
Comes out. Yeah, both
like...
teams have Ubered at the same time.
Yeah, it's like the Poisey Big Dick trade where he tries to deny any space that comes in. Fate does get picked off in the post though, and now it looks like there's just going to be a bunch of focus fires happening. Ara Lucky dies, Brady dies as well, so that's a big advantage on the side of blue, on red, sorry.
Yeah, Misfits read that quite well as they take control of mid here quite comfortably. We've got Core trying to build on bats again. They are about 10% in front of Misfits in terms of building right now as well. Misfits moving into second now.
Yeah, they just took that second for free because Brady only just spawned up with another soldier, so they're playing it safe. They don't want to rush in like too fast, but just take points for free, like we saw in the game yesterday. But yeah, now it's just gonna be an even Uber stalemate. Well, it's technically not even. It's like only 20. It's like 20 ad, but I don't think it's very pushable for them. They're already just content on sitting with last, so there's gonna be some sacks coming in.
Yeah, Bappo just sticking off the usual spots, wanting to see if he can get a pick from any of those sacks. I think Mo's looking to...
Oh, Caspian. They did a double soldier sack, and then Caspian played the point pretty delayed while Schmuck actually tried to commit, which is pretty interesting. But they're going to take a bunch of ground off this though. They have 2 soldiers up. Moblek is about to die. He's really low in lobby. And it looks like Bappo wants to trade this out. No scouts in this Uber. They actually get flashed now. And yeah, they're going to retreat because they're at a slight player disadvantage with Caspian's delaying his death on that sack.
Oh, back to battling in choker process. Justice for Logjam are back on second in control there. Both Ubers are pretty even, although core blue team is
Are they dry fighting this? They're trying to dry fight this, yeah. Like, they have soldiers through trying to make space. Faye actually gets picked off while trying to make a play through IT. There is a sack coming in by Schmuck. He gets fair damage, but nothing else. He, like, took Ara Lucky down to half health, but that was it. So, that was a very interesting exchange, like an off-Uber sack.
Yeah, bad luck for Faye. They couldn't do much. He did get picked off quite instantly as soon as he came out of IT there. Babu and the scouts on Misfits watching IT pretty well right now.
Fairly tame first few minutes so far, not gonna lie.
Yeah, both teams are on full Uber now. I think we make the first play.
Yeah, I mean, Red have mid, so it's probably on them to sack. I think they're going to double sack because Schmuck and Caspian really like to do that. It looks like they're trying to muscle their way through IT, though. They're trying to pick up some players on the flank, and Faye gets overwhelmed instantly. So it'll be a question of whether they sack or just maybe push off a player at. Schmuck actually has enough room to jump through IT. Caspian is going to go as well. He gets absolutely mulched, but Schmuck is behind in their lobby. Schmuck
He tries to come out again, but he just gets smashed by those scouts quite instantly on second. Player ad now for Justice for Logjam. They're going to try and
wow,
use that.
Oh my gosh, Bappo, huge! He just destroys them all in choke as Core drops basically 3 people in that whole Uber. He's going to try and trap him out before he escapes, and yeah, Bappo's going to pick up the 4th kill of that Uber. That was huge.
So it's player ad back to Misfits, and they're going to go straight into second, and that's a wipe for Justice for Logjam right now. They've got 4 players up, still waiting on 2.
They're just going to trap up the point, try and walk on it. They do have a bunch of spawners, but it doesn't help when you get airshot by Bappo. They're actually doing a lot of good focus fires here. Bappo is really caught alone, isolated, and the rest of the team is going to get out as, I think that is Stir. No, that's Jamal. One of them, yeah, they're going to leave, so, with Big World. Very good focus fire on the side of blue as they came up all to defend that. There was basically like 4 and 5, and they just, you know, managed to call targets, kill everyone.
Yeah, after being wiped, just for Lockdown did a really good job of holding that last point and putting the pressure straight back onto Misfits as they're going into mid and contesting it from them now. Game turns around pretty fast. Misfits are being forced back into choke as they do have soldiers on height who... Oh, air shot from Brady there in choke, but it's not enough to keep them in mid as Justice for Logjam are back on second now.
There is a scout hiding in sewer. He's going to peek out and actually get spotted, so he's just going to chill with this team now. It was interesting how they tried to take mid. Usually, like, they had that soldier going in really fast with Faye, but he landed way too deep. And he just saw 2 soldiers standing on high ground, so he just instantly got shredded. And then they just lost it off of that, because they also had Uber Dissad and they had player Dissad after Faye died. Sack coming in though. I think that is Schmuck. No, that's Caspian. Schmuck is in sewer, but Caspian just gets destroyed. Counter sack in, huge air shot by Bapper. It's going huge. And drops the later.
Yeah, good job Big World there managing to survive quite calmly from that, even though he got shot once in that sack.
Schmuck? He's in IT, he gets caught out. Again, it's like fairly even, like both soldiers have been traded. Looks like they're just gonna
trying to poke stuff in choke here right now as Beppo is being just a little bit annoying.
Oh, soldiers behind!
In again!
What? No, what are you doing? He was like right outside of IT watching choke and then the soldier just walks by him.
Beppo gets mulched just like Faye. And we've got another sack in from Misfits. The sacks aren't going too well tonight for both teams, say.
Yeah, interesting decision on the side of Misfits as they send Bapper in. Looks like they're just going to try and contest mid now, try and get a bunch of pressure and trying to get a force. They actually dies by going too far though. I don't know, like that's a kind of Bapper thing that I've noticed too. He uses his Tempest ability to try and get something done and he just jumps at will, which I don't think would be great on demo. Probably on Soldier like he played last season, but not on demo, sadly. Yeah, they're going to lose second because he fed a little bit early and didn't get enough traps or pressure in time.
Okay, so the game's turned around a little bit. We've got Misfits defending last point now as Mo goes and takes lobby for Justice for Lockdown. Red team Misfits are... do I see any off classes here? Not yet. Oh, there's a sniper, sorry.
Yeah. There's actually a sack coming in as well. Faye gets picked off while he's trying to run through. Yeah, the sniper is, I believe, that is Stir, and he's trying to peek through 5 right now. Jamal's just chilling around his med, playing pocket scout while Stir sniping. Mo actually gets picked off as well, so... luckily the spawn of Faye will come up quickly and then it will be an even soldier trade as Caspian is dead. Schmuck will die as well, so they might actually push off this. They have a 2 soldier advantage. Oh, Brady gets picked off by Stir. Huge. Using his Kovacs ability to the fullest.
Ubers are even now. Looks like Misfits are just going to wait a bit, at least for their soldiers to come back before they do anything.
Oh, they're actually pushing 1 because they know that Brady is only just spawned up now. They know there's no traps, they walk through pretty easily.
They're really wanting to take that space.
Yeah, Poise is going to take the brunt of this Uber. Looks like this is just a Bappo versus Poise trade. As there's a bunch of post fighting now, soldiers are really aggressive on both sides. Paul's going to surf out.
Far ahead in front of his team. Big Ol tried to arrow him back to health there, back to life, but Bappo was just a bit too deep in, and that pick, the demo pick off Misfits was just enough for just for Lockdown to retake second, and we've got Misfits defending last again. Blue team are moving in fast to last, and that really was enough for them to win the round. First round goes to Justice for Logjam. We've got 20 minutes left in the map too, so that was a 10-minute first round.
Yeah, these are kind of the aggressive fights I was talking about that Poise likes to take. If they work, it like does really well because they have pretty decent focus fire, but sometimes they might get caught out. Luckily it didn't happen for them that fight though, as both teams are trying to meet each other now. Soldiers get traded out early, Caspian is dead. Faye and Moblock are really low. Faye's gonna go, Moblock's gonna go down actually. Damage
Just
exchange as well.
playing really close in that corner.
Jamal dies, Stir dies, just a soldier and a demo left. Oh, Aralaki gets picked off by a pipe from Bappo. Looks like they still want to fight this for some reason. Oh, Bappo gets caught.
I love Beppo. Schmuck just trying to get out alive at this point. Both misfits soldiers back through that, and they're back on last already. Just waiting for their players to come back up, and they're moving on out again.
Yeah, they actually managed to retake second because they were taking time capping, and Aralaki and his team still haven't capped yet. It's going to spawn up now, but that's before Schmuck even dies. And there's going to be a soldier sack now. Jamal dies, the soldier gets the force onto Moblek, and Core hasn't even used yet. They're actually going to lose 2 for this though before they pop. Bappo might die as well. He's going to get jumped by Brady. He might get called out if some rockets get hit, but nope, he's going to 2-pipe Caspian. And even Ubers, luckily, and even players, so that kind of like saved it.
Yeah, you're right, that was quite a slow mid-cap, but it did work out for them in the end. This might be a second round already. Looks like Justice for Logjam. Team Blue are feeling pretty confident after taking that last round. Both teams building, it was pretty even.
There's going to be an off-class actually. Faye held the door open for Aralaki to come up, back to Sniper. Stir is sniping on the other side as well, who's just grabbing a buff and trying to peek. Aralaki has come up now though. It'll be interesting to see where these snipers exchange. They actually used really aggressively. They knew that they had .ad and they're going to try run off. They pick off Core. They pick off Moglok as well. They're going to pick off Brady. They're going to get a bunch of frags here. This was great by them.
Pick after pick
Oh
though.
no, big one.
Only 2 players up. Yeah, I mean, but both medics ended up going down as well. And
yeah, that's true.
yeah. So
they're going to be able to take mid off this if they kill Aralaki.
Yeah,
Sure
both teams fighting mid without heals.
Yeah. I think Core and Code might actually want to fight this though. Oh, they know they have heals, but they're not actually going to try. And yeah, Big World's team is going to play a little bit passive while they wait for him to come up. So this is going to be, if they're, I don't think they'll be aware of this, but they might know that they have like tiny ad.
Yeah, the ad's pretty much at 30%, which is something you can play with.
Yeah, it's definitely a pushable advantage, but they're taking a little bit to mobilize, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're just buffing up. I think they expect it to be fully even, and they're just going to prepare for sacks right now.
I think you're right. Faith's just watching for peaks in IT there. He's a little bit more cautious in IT after being picked off so easily by misfits the last few times.
Yeah. Everyone's just getting buffed now on the side of red, and they're going to start slowly making their way in to get some sacks. Caspian is deep through Al-Qaeda. He gets 130 damage rocket onto Core, and that's it. Unfortunate. I feel like you should be having double soldier sack if you're going on process though. They're very hesitant with sending any more than like 2 people inside that choke. Faye's actually going to get picked off in the counter stack.
Happy with a little bit of spam through choke there.
Jamal is actually... Oh no, that's not Jamal, that's he was going super deep. He actually gets picked off really quickly, saying that he's so shit. Unfortunate for him. Yeah, just evened out again. 1 player disad. I think Stir is going to come up as sniper. Yeah, he is. Using his like Kovacs ability, Voltaic Diamond, to come in, try and snipe some people. It looks like Bappo's actually... This is like, what is this sack? Caspian's in, Schmuck is in, Bappo made space as well, trying to jump through Arcada. Faye is in as well on the counter sack. He gets the force onto Big World. Now they're just going to try and take this Uber, and actually not. They knew that was going to go badly. So
they're at full disad now after that. It's unfortunate for misfits, that play didn't work out for them. Aralaki's coming in close through IT now. And the rest of their team through choke, they're just going to push misfits back pretty easily. Misfits are aware of the other team's Uber right now and don't want to get caught in that.
Stir is up on the defensive sniper. Oh no, he doesn't get the fully charged body shot onto the medic as they try and run out of 2. They might have bought enough time to get Schmuck that spawn and to maybe get Uber on the side of Big World. They've only just started capping now. They'll actually have like 70 or 80 by the time they come in, and yeah, the Uber comes out through one. They're going to try and muscle their way through, get picks early. Stir actually hits the reset fine, so he's not going to die, and they know this Uber's gone tragically. They haven't gotten any picks, they haven't done much damage, so they're going to leave.
Yeah, Misfits on full ad right now. Wanting to use that to retake ground here. And it looks like this is going to force.
Oh, Bappo's trying to third eye his way into choke. Does a fair amount of damage, and it helps pick off Brady.
It's like
And
too
Bappo
much
might
for
actually
him.
yeah, he might actually get a soldier as well, but that soldier escapes luckily. They got one pick, and it's the demo, and they should know that Ubers aren't too close yet, so they'll probably be able to take mid if they call focus fires properly and take height. Jamal actually gets picked off, unfortunately.
Just for lockdown back to second now. Misfits retake mid. See if they can keep moving forward, but like, I don't know, with this advantage, it's about 40% difference between them. As Core has just got his Uber and their team are going to want to push in straight away off that, see what they can get.
Yeah, they are muscling their way through. Schmuck gets picked off trying to go for the force. Poisey actually gets dropped by a sticky trap, I believe. And they're gonna still try and aggress. Ara Lucky gets picked off as well, so this is huge. Caspian gets a frag as well onto Moblo. The Ubers haven't even been used yet. Core does not want to pop after losing three players, and it's only him and Brady. Yeah.
He's saving that Uber for save Brady, it looks like right now.
Bappo's deep. There's a soldier in that gets the force as well, and Caspian might actually live getting out. He actually gets picked off by Poisey as a respawn. Brady does get picked off staying in though, so there's going to be a huge Uber ad, a demo ad as well. Ara Lucky's already up on the heavy. Poisey's going to have a quick snipe before he switches off to scout probably. And yeah, they're going to muscle their way through one, knowing that there's no traps or a demo. Double scout and a demo in this, they're going to focus the heavy immediately. Maybe even try and get some picks on the right before they play point, and yeah.
Misfits looking to take the round. Good job. So now we're like 1-all. 12 minutes left of the game, it can still go either way. I'm gonna watch the Bappo roll out.
Yeah, Bappo trying to use his Tempest to maybe hit the fast rollout, kind of beefs it. He's on 50 HP before the soldier bombs in early.
Yeah, bad luck Bappo. Just waiting for an arrow now before he Rambo's in. Misfits have height on. Oh no, there's still a bit of a battle on height now.
Yeah, they've mirrored each other, and there's some soldier high bombs coming in now. Red has taken all the weight, like the choke of the blue team, and now they're just going to play high.
By Bappo, he's just like airshot that scout.
Oh my gosh, Bappo's fisting.
Yeah.
Now they only have two behind. It's one soldier and one demo, and they're going to try and salvage this. They jump into the midpoint that doesn't even have a medic on it.
To avenge the death of his medic there, but not.
Mobloke is going in as well.
Will he get anything?
He doesn't.
Suicide run. So that's basically a wipe, which leaves Misfits free to take second again. They seem feeling good after taking that last round. Looks like they're going to want to push in with some momentum. Bappo is keen as he's peeking that door and telling his team to hurry the hell out.
Interesting how he wants to go one, but it looks like he knows there isn't traps there, and they're going to start walking this in for free. They've actually already taken heaven, so they're just going to Uber across the point.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamal gets dropped. No.
Yeah, he really didn't expect the heavy and sentry hiding behind there.
This is still salvageable though. They have some. Oh no, it's not. It's not. They're just going to back out. Big World might live. He does.
Misfits with the full Uber were unable to just take that last cap. Misfits would be pretty disappointed about that. But in the meantime, Blue Team Justice for Logjam are pretty happy, and they're going to retake second pretty easy. They have a big advantage now after that fight too.
Yeah, it was literally just Jamal getting dropped in that made all the difference. You kind of need that scout there to help finish your post really efficiently and to help with focus fires. Unfortunately, they just baited into like a heavy and a sentry and 5 sticky traps.
Yeah, it's a shame no one checked.
Oh, they actually get the force early as they come into mid though. Caspian's going to die for it, but he's going to buy enough time for them to maybe even re-enter as they get Uber. Oh, Poisey gets picked off by a trap. This is going to be huge. They're definitely going to re-push this. Bappo's taking the beam, trying to walk in. They don't even get the cap.
Jamal looks like he's behind this sword now. Nothing happened there.
Well, Faye actually got the force off. And they're going to just retake mid, push into second. They know they're at site this ad, but that's enough for them because they got like 2 picks in that, and they're just gonna take second before, and then before blue team even gets Uber, they're probably gonna buff up and then try and play for the force.
Yeah, just for Logjam with a huge advantage right now. I think that Misfits will want, yeah, they want to build their Uber in full. There is Misfits plays deep in right now.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
He kills the medic while he's on 99%.
That's what he was doing. Okay, my bad.
Incoming infraction. Admin abuse is abound. Core is not going to be happy about that one, sadly. Well, Aralak is going to have the sentry and Poise is going to have the heavy up for this defense. They're just going to get the medic spawn now, so there will be buffs in time.
Misfits on full ad as Core comes back up and is trying to build for his life.
Yeah, they learned from their mistake last time, trying not to go 1 and then milk and then drop your players. They're actually going to go 3 and try and meet them a bit early. Actually rotate all the way to 5 with this Uber. They haven't even used it until now. They killed the sentry, they force people back in spawn. All they need to do is just clear these traps and then play the point. No frags yet, but the heavy's going to get focused down. Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Stir's going to get a pick onto Faye before Schmuck dies, and they're going to play point.
Shot there on last. Brady just got air shot, bad luck, while he was trying to defend there. So I guess that was enough for Misfits to take another round. We're 2-1 with 8 minutes left on the clock now. This has been pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's just whoever's winning these aggressive fights. Like, Caspian's team have just been, and Caspian's team has been getting a few salvage plays too, a few more. But as we get into the 4th mid, I believe, we have soldiers jumping early. Brady gets picked off really fast, double soldier aggression in, and they're going to leave the moment Brady goes down. Looks like there is not going to be stopping their aggression though. They're going to muscle their way through into choke. Caspian actually gets shredded by Faye, who tries to high bomb into choke as they come in.
Faye does go down though. They're a soldier demo down on blue team, and they're forced to just go back to last again.
Control point is being contested.
Yeah, I think it's just the height control on mids. Like, red team have just been playing it much better, and Bappo's been creating so much space for them on height. Anytime they go to a particular side, Bappo just starts focusing it so that no enemy gamers can come in.
Yeah, you're right. Bappo's really been pulling his weight. Sorry?
It's time for them. I think they're trying to push 1 though. They have a few players 1 to get a lot of pressure in. They're trying to make space for the sack. Schmuck actually gets the force while they have Ara Lucky on Spy. Ara Lucky's gonna get picked off.
Yeah, Big World still has his Uber on side of Misfits. They're gonna want to go straight back in through 1 with that.
Yeah, they're gonna pick off Faye really early as he tries to aggress to. Big World does take a pipe before forcing. Mo is gonna die as well. They're just gonna play a bunch of focus fires. This should be an easy last push for them. Just play frags.
Caspian through heaven, just picking people up on the way, including the heavy, and that's enough for the Misfits to take another round. That's been pretty quick. I think that was like a 2-minute round.
Yeah, the momentum's kind of really swinging in the favor of Misfits now. They're feeling it. I'm interested to see what Bappo does on this mid again. He hasn't been hitting his quick Tempest rollouts, but he's been doing a lot of area denial. Looks like they're going to be playing right side at the moment, trying to take their side aggressively. Schmuck actually dies really early, so this might hinder them as they aggress. But Bappo's going to walk forward across the point. He's going to do a fair amount of damage, not actually hitting too many pipes. Faye does get traded out though. 1 soldier down for each side. They're just still trading damage and spam and height. Brady actually gets picked off. Core is stuck in IT, and yeah, there's just the collapse just came through.
Yeah, I feel like Justice for Logjam and blue team were just playing a little bit too close at some points there, and it made it really easy for the power classes and Misfits to just demolish them with that explosive damage.
Yeah, I think the soldier aggression has been a little more in the favor of like Caspian and Schmuck this game. They've been just sinking a lot, and anytime one of them dies early, the other one will know to play a little bit passive until they get a proper advantage instead of just feeding and maybe trying to get some extra damage after like the other soldier dies. So they're playing really well.
You're right, I'm enjoying that soldier synergy. We've got Justice for Logjam trying to play in heaven this last.
Yeah, they actually take
pretty deep in.
They take a bunch of ground, they force them back into a corner, but they're just going to get focused down after they do nothing else with their Uber.
Yeah, a couple of craters right there from the Misfit soldiers. It's almost like maybe they didn't take that round as seriously after they're 3 up and just feeling themselves.
Or Big World actually gets picked off, Faye with the clean jump trying to block his exit. He might actually get picked off as well. Bappo dies. Stir is actually up on Sniper, so let's see if he can salvage something. Core is up to 90% now, so he might get sniped by Faye as he comes through choke. They're actually all kind of aggressive, trying to wait for these people to come into choke. I'm actually on the Stir cam as Core is starting to walk through choke. He takes the shot in the scout and he actually destroys Poisey.
Big bomb, yeah. Poisey really wasn't expecting that. I was on the Poisey camp and he walked around the corner and there was just Caspian in his face. Bad luck there. But they did trade, so.
Yeah, still 4 minutes left. They do have time to take this. They still have Uber at 70%. Even players, though, they're missing their combo scout. And Mobloke might actually get picked off. He doesn't. He's going to survive, get an arrow. But Schmuck is going to try and get in, get a force. He's going to jump out after beating it. So they still have Uberad, but it's going to be close, and it's going to be interesting to see how they actually do. Maybe they can take them for free, but I think in this case they're going to try and bomb players through.
Well, kind of still, Core on blue team is at an advantage right now. Looks like they're not going to do much with it though. Beagle's probably going to get his Uber in time and end up evening out for misfits.
Yeah, soldier for soldier. Oh! Bappo gets the drop. I think that was a trap. He gets Poisey with it as well. Bappo's just going huge this game.
Yeah,
Faye is behind though. He might get the force onto Big World. He craters, but yeah, does a bit of damage. So
yeah, trying to avenge his medic there, trying to take out Misfits medic, but just wasn't enough. So that leaves Big World with a full advantage again. Red team are just taking mid now. And we're going to move into second again. Although it looks like Just for Logjam is still playing on bats, just waiting for the rest of their team to come meet them.
yeah, it's just a bunch of spam being traded out, and I think in the position they are in now, they might not be able to recover and get a round that they need to make it even closer. Caspian will die to RR Lucky though, before RR Lucky gets traded out, so it's a soldier for a scout. Not too bad on the side of red team.
Misfits playing door 1 again.
Yeah. They're taking a really long time with this though. They have this bad habit of just sitting into one. They're going to pick off Mobloke before they like pop off though. They're going to actually take a bunch of ground across the point. Bappo's going to get picked off, Jamal's going to get trapped in by 2 scouts. Core has just used, but...
Yeah, Core's got his Uber out, and look, maybe that Misfits Uber taking so long through door 1 is what cost them the last point just then.
Yeah, it definitely cost them the last point. It took them like an extra 5 to 10 seconds just to even get in, and they basically lost like the only ad that they had left. Poisey was already ready, kiting, waiting for his med to get Uber, and they just collapsed on them after.
Also, just playing through door 1 yet again. So, oh yeah, there was a snipe, big snipe there. Jamal on Brady. So it's the demo pick for Misfits. They're 2 players up now.
Yeah, they're going to slowly muscle their way through again. Bappo wants to take another round. He's going to bomb. He actually gets Core. Oh no. Oh, Caspian destroys Aralaki as well. This is going to be huge. Oh my god, Caspian just destroys Brady. Holy.
We've just reset, guys. Big O's going to have the full Uber advantage, and Core unfortunately went down again. Bappo Tempest just pulling through, and we're stacking the point. We're getting another point on the scoreboard, and it's walk to Misfits. 1-2 Justice for Logjam on process right now. How long we got? 45 seconds left of the round, guys.
Yeah, I don't think they have any chance of winning that, winning the rest of this map. I don't think it's like humanly possible to get another round in that time, so I think we just have a little bit more dead time for us, and we can just talk about maybe how that game went.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you spot, Mal, throughout that whole game?
I feel like oh, that's another wipe. That's another wipe for Just for Logjam, but I mean, they know it's their time too. Bappo's just camping spawn as well. It's over. That was just the first map though. What did I notice? I feel like, unfortunately for Justice for Logjam, Team Blue, they lost a bit of their morale. Like, I could see them feeling themselves after they got the first point, but like as soon as Misfits started fighting back, it was almost like they couldn't keep their mental game together enough to just keep up the momentum they had in the first 10 minutes of that round. The last 20 was pretty dominant by misfits there, and plus Core, the medic on Justice for Logjam, unfortunately kept getting picked off by all the classes on the opposite team.
I'm not sure if it's like Core's awareness. I know that has been touched on by their team, or if it's just like Poise's awareness maybe, because it is his first season of Scout, but they're letting their med get forced or just die in really unfortunate places. And, you know, you can obviously credit some of the people on, what is it, Misfits for actually making those individuals plays, but you probably shouldn't be like, you know, that shouldn't be happening as much at this level. But we do have logs. Hopefully it's up on the stream. I'm going to have a gander at it as well.
Yeah, so Bappo with his tempers, you're talking shit about his tempers, but he's really making it worthwhile with his damage here. It's like thousands of points in front of everyone else. He really did
Holy
his
crap.
job that round. Yeah.
Oh my god, these logs are insane.
That's some big numbers. Yeah.
Okay, well, from what I spot, Bappo went huge. He had 400 DPM, 4 air shots, 27 and 8. Jamal basically replicating the kill stat line, 28 for 12 with 230 DPM. Caspian had 6 air shots. Overall, like, the game was not very soldier-oriented, like, if you just look at the logs, but I think the work that Schmuck and Caspian did in some of those plays, like, they had both individual plays and they made a bunch of space for their team as well. I think they had slightly better synergy than Faye and Moblok. I do think the saving grace for like Poisey though is that he knows those aggressive trades that he's taking and those aggressive fights are winnable. I think it's just the rest of his team maybe lagging behind. Like maybe Faye and Moblok aren't ready to collapse, or maybe Poisey isn't too aware of where his demo is positioned, and maybe like they're not playing around like their positioning when they do those trades.
Yeah,
Like,
there was also
yeah.
like even when Faye was trying to jump in on the flank and stuff, he was picked off pretty easily by the misfits. Like they were always looking out for him, and I feel maybe Justice for Logjam didn't have that same awareness on the flank, and that let the soldiers from misfits just go in and do their job when they needed to.
Yeah, interesting to note that Jamal actually switched onto Pocket Scout. I was not aware of this, but he took a bunch of the heals compared to Stir, and he did a bunch of work. I was completely surprised by that, since Jamal is not very a combo player. And I'm sure a few people who have played with him can attest to that. But yeah, he did work with Beam. I think the difference, like, there's a very stark difference once you look at heals, that Bappo's like creating a lot of space with his team and using his heals to try and muscle his way through, as Poisey's trying to be the initiator. I don't think either one is bad necessarily. It's just how can the rest of your team play around it? And it seems like Bappo's damage that he's doing compared to the space that Poisey is making is like helping his team a lot more, because the damage that Bappo is doing is allowing his soldiers to like make even more space and then let like Jamal and Stir come in. Whereas like Poisey's getting a lot of position, but I did think the rest of his team is like following up on like the positional advantage that they'll sometimes have. So something that they can work on for this map, and Snakewater is fairly different to process, so hopefully something can change.
Yeah, you're right. Do you know how each of the teams feel about these maps? I'm fairly sure Misfits like Snakewater quite a bit, more so than the last map.
Yeah, I feel like Faye and Moblok definitely have a better chance of doing well in Snakewater, considering all like, you know, there's a lot of pretty simple but effective jumps that they can pull off, and I feel like if they can time things well, they'll be able to like, you know, pull the mids in their favor. Because that was definitely something that they kind of lost to the end, like you said. Like once they started losing momentum, they just kept losing mid after mid after mid. Like the high ground control on the side of Bappo and his team, like it was a lot better. So like whenever they would trade sides, like Bappo would just know when to walk forward and pick off players and get them off height before the soldiers could jump. So yeah, don't think it'll be the same on Snakewater. I think quickly before we go into this map, I think it will be like maybe I'd say for the sake of Justice for Logjam, I'd say they'll go like maybe a 3-2 for their side.
Sorry, for Misfits?
For Justice for Logjam, I hope they maybe take this and maybe trade it out.
I can see them winning this map. I reckon it'll still be fairly close though, but yeah, you're right.
Early soldier bomb in for the first mid. Mo is really deep, gets a fair amount of damage onto Big World. A fake gets picked off as well. Caspian does die, but he's going to make a bunch of space for his team, and Poise is going to get taken out as well. That's a very convincing mid. Oh, Brady gets picked off too.
Our control point is being captured.
Looks like they're just going to have a slight demo ad, so maybe they're going to try and work their way and get some sacks in. But actually, yeah, Schmuck is going to sack really early, while Brady is down knowing that there's no traps, but they're not going to get anything with that, sadly. Now it just looks like Schmuck is going to respawn, not as an off-class. Maybe he's holding the door. No, he's not. He's actually jumping out, and Aralak is going to be the one defensive sniping. Interesting that there's no gun yet on the side of Poise. Poise's team, rather. Aralak gets spotted, and he's going to try and get another shot onto the rest of the team. Caspian's deep, he is in. Mal is having some issues, so this is going to be like the solo cast right now. Caspian...
Okay, I'm back and restarted the STV. Hello!
Cool. Caspian gets
for a
picked
bit.
off. Caspian gets picked off while he tried to sack, and Mobo tried to counter. Aralaki is still sniper, so I don't think you've missed much.
Alright.
Oh, Caspian on Spy. Interesting off-class. Don't really see Caspian off-class too often, so we'll see how this goes.
No, I don't. It was really good. I'm proud of him with his last game. It's good to see him on Soldier. He used to be a medic main. Big builds filled his shoes pretty well. Yeah.
Looks like Caspian's slowly edging his way in now. I don't think they suspect that there's a spy on the field. Caspian's going to decloak. Core is not willing to look at all, and yeah, he is going to get picked off by Caspian. Clean spy play. No one expects a Caspian spy. He's going to get picked off, but he's going to generate a full override for his team, and they're going to start pushing it through Shutter. Or no, top left it looks like on their perspective.
Yeah, we've got to put this up on heavy again. Try to defend last, and misfits are pushing through now. They're hungry for this last point already.
Actually haven't even used. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
popped, but they force a bunch of people back into spawn. They do damage to other players. Jamal's going to pick off Poise and Brady.
He's very clinical. They're just peeking. They're really focusing their damage quite well. Like, I could tell their team are calling damage, you know, calling focus damage. And it's really working out for them. You can tell, especially on the last points for misfits.
Yeah, their focus fires are really clean, and they just make fights like their domain, basically. Like they're fighting on their own terms, pretty much.
Uh-huh. So, we got 26 minutes left of this match. That was a 4.5 minute first round for misfits. Back on mid, and it looks like the misfit soldiers have height right now.
Soldier
Big bump
bombs
from
in.
Caspian.
Yeah, Schmuck and Caspian do a bunch of damage though. They create a bunch of space. Aralaki goes down the side. Faye is going to fight Jamal on the flank. Jamal picks off that one. Scout versus Soldier really hard. Moblek is actually going to take high ground in return. Stir gets picked off though. Bappo's going to get really forwarded as he tries to rush left lane by himself. And Jamal's the only one in. He doesn't get anything. The Jamal special where you try and run in as the salvage guy.
Alright, so we got blue team pushing in through dungeon now. They're wanting to put pressure on second. Misfits are slow out to second, although yeah, Moblek's going in for the bomb there, but jumping out, I can't see what he's...
Yeah, Moblek's just like jumping in and out to try and keep creating space. It's very confusing. Caspian is trying to chase him. Yeah. Looks like there's a sniper, a defensive sniper though. Stir has come up as a sniper as he respawned from mid, so...
Even Ubers right now.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get buffs up and trying to slowly make their way to get some sacks in. Looks like they're trying to go through lower and flood heals, I guess? Schmuck is really deep into Catwalk. He knows that there's a lot of space and sword that he can work with.
Yeah, it looks like blue team are going for dungeon again. Most trying to...
Oh,
put
Red
damage
gets
on-
forced. Brady actually gets picked off though. So
yeah,
they
big
lose.
snipe from Jamal there on the demo.
Yeah, they lose a demo and a soldier for that force, but they're probably going to take mid with this player advantage.
The control point is being contested.
Bit of spam from height from Caspian, just playing the map pretty easily, forcing blue team out of mid there.
Secure the control point.
Yeah, with that full Uberad though, even though their spawns came out a bit late, they're going to start pushing in.
Sorry, calling him Star, not Jamal. I've been calling
actually,
him Jamal.
yeah, he gets picked off though, as you say that. Sniping is not really fun if you're trying to fight an Uber disad. But they actually get the force off with, I think, Caspian and Schmuck jumping in, and they're going to actually live. So they're just going to be walking into a full Uber disad if they try and enter second.
Alert. The control point is being
And Stir's actually going to get the spawn. Faye is going to be the only one that sacks in. He does a bunch of damage. Moblek actually jumps into. Schmuck and Jamal will get taken out for it though, so still full Uberad but even players. Oh, Caspian's in. He's fighting in kitchen. Does a bunch of damage to RR Lucky. Unfortunately, he's buffed.
Caspian's really trying hard to get. Oh! He
Oh,
almost got
Posey.
that big time. Posey with a little celebratory nod there after he takes out Caspian.
Full Uber advantage though still, and they're going to just rush in, try and pick up RR Lucky, but they're kind of beefing their shots, and they're not going to have any more time to chase core before they get out. Oh, Big World actually takes a bunch of spam, and Faye is in. He is deep, and he is going to destroy 2 players.
Yeah, Big Ol goes down there. That luck leaves Cole with a huge advantage right now. Full advantage, I mean.
Schmuck loses his 1v1 against Moblek too, and before... They're actually going to get the cap though, so this is going to be decent. It's going to get Big World a forward spawn, and that's going to be enough for like... Oh,
Uber's out.
Stir actually gets the force. Yeah, I think he was hiding in kitchen, and he just tried to 2-shot core. Core kind of reactionary popped, and yeah. It's going to be a slight Uber out on the side of Big World once. And they might even push it once they get some respawns. They can definitely hold second with this though.
Posey going through dungeon again. He's trying to spam as much as he can from grass here, wanting to retake that ground. Moblek's trying to back him up with a jump in from him. He gets demolished though by Schmuck. On bats.
Yeah, Bappo was really close to dying on bats, but Moblek was beefing him with a few rockets. Looks like they're just going to break out Cat now. Caspian's already through. The rest of the team are trying to go lower, but then still gets picked off as he's trying to wait for an arrow. They're still going to muscle their way through though. They have a few players in. Faye is going to try and get the force, but doesn't even realize where the medic is and unfortunately dies. But yeah, they're just going to use their Uber ad, try and take mid off it. They might even fight second thinking that they have ad.
Misfits doing a good job there, holding from bats and just playing the map and forcing blue team back out as they are contesting second on blue side now. Brady with a bunch of pipes, trying to hit something. He's all the way back out of the Uber at the moment too on Grey Bridge. Just trying to spam and get some damage from there, but it looks like Mobo with the fake jump in again.
Yeah, this is the Poisey trade that has actually worked. He forced a few multis and he actually managed to pick off Caspian during that trade as well, so that really generated a huge advantage for that post fight. Having like no soldier in that post makes it so much harder to collapse on like the enemy team.
Okay,
And,
so yeah, sorry, you go.
Nah, Poisey, I was about to say, like, Poisey also generated, like, a position advantage as well, and it allowed Brady to just come in after, not, like, you know, especially because Brady trapped himself up and made sure he didn't take damage during that trade. He just came in with, like, full HP, maybe even a crit buff, and just walked in and did damage.
You're right, that was a good example of the Posey theory, would have been happy about that.
Yeah, they're going to play a bit passive, though, Misfits, after losing that trade. And they're not even going to contest floor really hard, they're just embracing and waiting for a sack to come in. Faye is in deep, but he is going to realize that they're playing all the way at bats, and he might have a stroke after seeing that. Looks like Schmuck is very ready to get a counter sack in, though. He is just looking at Brady at the moment. Interesting to see. Oh, wow, Caspian just destroys RR Lucky in kitchen. He's not going to get anything else, though. But it's going to generate enough like position for them to start moving forward and maybe even take Saw.
Faye's back up for blue team right now too, so players are pretty even. I'm not sure if that'll be enough for Misfits to want to go in.
Yeah. I don't know, there's no off classes yet. RR Lucky has come up on Spy though, as I say that. And I think
Ooh,
he's just
Spy
checking.
plays. You
He's
like
just
that,
checking for
Jolson.
off classes so far. Yeah, I like it when it works, but when it doesn't, then you know,
So
obviously
not
be
when you do
very
it.
critical.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. He actually switches off a spy and then goes sniper after checking some off classes.
Ubers are even as well. At the moment, it's just a little bit of a stalemate. Spy's gonna want to try and even that out. Or the pick from RR Lucky might happen. RR Lucky just on sniper watching second at the moment.
Stir gets picked off on the flank somehow. I think he was trying to fight Saw and then Moblek just 2 rockets in. That's actually going to create a lot of space for RR Lucky to snipe and for them to get a sack in as well. Moblek is deep.
Moblek
gets-
is low.
Yeah, he gets taken down to a bunch of
alive.
damage. He actually gets the arrow before the rocket comes in and kills him, and they're
Moblek's
going to
still
play...
alive.
Oh, Poisey
Poisey
gets
goes
dropped
down
though.
though.
Faye is in, he gets the force onto Big World, but they actually lose 3 for that. Faye, Poisey, and Brady all die.
Yeah, so Core's gonna wanna move back. Guys, get back, get back. Yep, telling his team to get back. Well, Bappo is jumping in, trying to get the pick.
He gets SMG'd by RR Lucky, or no.
Lucky was just like, no.
Bappo complaining just a tad in chat about his team. But
Yeah,
oh
he
well.
wasn't happy about that. Oh well.
Force is actually going to come in. Everyone's trying to sack in for core, but he does not pop to anything. And now they're just going to re-push mid before the red team even tries to cap.
Justice for Logjam wanting to go through dungeon again pretty fast. Moblek with the big bomb. Oh, that was almost the air shot from him. He is just gonna walk straight into lobby. His sniper was not looking. No one was watching Cheese. Mo walking in and doing some damage there, but his team is still 3 players down from all of that.
Yeah, those soldiers and everyone on that team played a role in staying alive and picking people off while they had Uber dised. What is it?
Yeah.
Bappo got a trap kill onto Brady's. Jamal killed a soldier that was trying to aggress them and force them back, and then the soldier denied the other soldier. So looks like they're gonna make it
Both
even.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be a trade. There's going to be a lot of multis inside of Big World though, but they do manage to pick off Moblek with it. Poisey gets a pick onto Schmuck. Core does die in the back
Connor goes
lines though.
down too.
Yeah. Brady gets picked off by Caspian as well. Caspian goes huge, and then all they need to do is just play heals, but it's Bappo versus 3 fragging classes, and that's not going to go well. Poisey and Co are just going to collapse on them.
Yes, it's Justice for Logjam's medic going down again, but that doesn't matter because Misfits have been wiped by Justice for Logjam after all that.
Luckily, Core did die though, in the early part of that fight, so it's going to be not too much of a disad. It's going to be 15 at most for the side of Misfits, and they now just have a defensive sniper. 15 or 16 or so minutes left, and they are up around, so I'm sure they don't mind turtling up for a little bit.
Yeah, the classic last point turtle. They are 1 point up as well. Misfits, sorry, right now.
Yeah, it's just going to calm down a bit. I think Stir realized that he probably wasn't going to get anything as sniper, so he's just going to play heavy instead.
Yeah, they're all just spamming voice points on blast at each other right now. Good to see them still with a sense of humour when it's, your one serious match of the week.
They're just going to keep buffing
Moblek
up.
him with the bomb.
He gets denied.
Right onto Hut and gets picked off. Bad luck, Moblek.
Kanasak is going to come in now. Caspian is through. He is going to get a quick jump through bats, but he is going to realize that their medic is sore, and he's not going to get anything else. Tries to escape, but
Yeah, he does
This
get
is-
picked off in lobby there.
holy crap, Stir was really forward as heavy in lobby. That was interesting. Moblek is actually on spy.
Stir Heavy just guarding this point. What is he going to spawn for? He's changing onto spy. We got some spy plays again. I don't think. No, he was just checking. He's
Oh,
back
there's a
to
sack
heavy.
that actually comes in. Faye gets completely denied, but yeah, Stir when he switched to spy knew that Moblek wasn't spy. Now he's starting to spy check.
Yeah.
Caspian's going to go for the Kanasak. He actually gets a solid rocket onto Core, but Core is right next to a health pack, so he's not going to be too pressured. Moblek is just really scared behind this pillar, just waiting for Stir to stop spy checking. Now he's going to actually make his move. He is very close, and he might even get the kill. Oh, Jamal! He just
Oh!
brained him so hard.
Wow! Bad luck, Mo.
Jamal Asia 4 ADHD brain is just going to walk across every part of Last and try and bump into a spy.
Yeah, they are all aware of the spy.
They're just gonna keep making space and keep trying to distract from Mo as they all hunt for this spy. Oh my god, no! He tries to go for Bappo as he runs back into spawn, but he doesn't get anything. Sadly, Spy has a decloak time, and I don't think he's played enough Dust Bowl pops to realize that, unfortunately.
So Mo does end up getting picked off by the Caspian Pyro, and after Caspian feels like he's done his job, he's switched back onto Soldier.
Oh, Caspian is deep with the rest of his team. Jamal's gonna get the force off really early before he
Faye
dies.
in
So
with a bomb. Both Ubers off on second right now. Faye
Yeah,
is
Brady
behind red team, coming back to retrieve. Misfits don't know Faye's there. Faye does get out alive too. Good on him.
yeah, Brady getting dropped in that early part of the Uber really cost him that hole because they were in like such a small corridor that if Brady was alive, he could have just trapped them off and created so much damage. Caspian's already in trying to make space for his team, though destroys Poisey but doesn't die, but doesn't get the kill. He's actually going to get cleaned up by Schmuck as they try and re-enter mid.
Both Ubers about 20% apart right now. Still pretty close. Looks like Misfits are going to take mid pretty easy as blue team looking to regroup. Moblock is a bit forward, just waiting for someone to peek out so he can get the pick. But looks like both, Misfits want to wait for their Uber before they do any plays right now.
Yeah, it's just going to be even Ubers. They're just going to buff up, try and make space for sacks again. It'll be interesting to see what kind of sack that they do. I know they like to send double soldiers. I'm just not sure how they're going to pressure for them. Caspian's in, actually. He's going to go behind into Cheese, using his Tempest ability to try and get through. And behind, Schmuck is actually going to die while his sacks don't. Caspian's not going to get anything as he gets hunted down.
Yeah, so it's both soldiers down for Misfits. Just for lockdown, I'm going to want to play on that.
Yeah, Poisey using his double soldier ad to try and aggressively force his way through onto mid. He's going to probably take a trade, and yeah, he's going to force Big World as he gets some multis as well. Faye is already in, trying to help with the collapse. Snow actually goes down though, and so does Bappo, so great trade by Poisey.
Yeah, cause Uber did last a bit longer there because he was like focused on Poisey that whole time too. I don't think I saw him multi once that time.
Yeah, Poisey with that, Rocky type of Uber where he just runs in, forces multis, and creates a bunch of position. Worked out really well for them as they managed to take second, as they are trying to take second off Ubers as well. Caspian does get a kill onto Moblek as he tries to force the medic, but he's going to die as well, it doesn't even get out.
Yeah, but we're just trying to, oh sorry, Jamal just trying to build on Laz.
I'm actually going to send the soldier sack in. Faye gets a bunch of damage onto Big World. He's actually on 7 HP and he says he beefs. I think there was enough. His beef made Big World, helped Big World get enough time to actually regen. I feel like if he got that first rocket off earlier, then he probably would have killed him.
Yeah, in the chat, Red Team is making Faye feel better by saying that to him too. Big World was one after that bomb.
There's actually so much damage and spam being exchanged in lobby as Faye and Caspian go down and trade out their lives. Now they're just going to reset again. There is a gun up on Stir's side though, so...
Do you think we'll see another spy play from Blue after Misfits were... Oh!
Nope, they're actually just going to trade.
Yep.
Interesting
Poisey
trade on
wanted to take
Poisey's
this.
side.
Yeah,
He forces a bunch of multis, and they're actually going to start baiting Bappo into lobby.
Sticks behind Bappo. Bappo doesn't see him, and it's enough to take him down there.
Yeah, the stickies combined with the rest of the spam coming in is actually going to destroy him. And it's going to create enough space for Poisey to start walking in top left. Schmuck will die to his own rocket. The important Perspective pick is going to come out alongside with the sentry. Moblick is going to get taken down in return though. Now they're just going to aggress their way onto point, core focus fires, and maybe take this round.
So try to do as much as he can there with another soldier on the top of last, but it's not enough for Misfits to hold that round. And it's a draw now on Snakewater. This is quite even. We got 10 minutes left to go to see who will win this match.
Yeah, that was a clean trade by Poisey, forcing his way in. He knew they were close, and he just forced like a bunch of multis, baited them out into the into lobby where the rest of the team could spam out Bappo,
Yeah, these
and that generated a round. Yeah,
solid Posey Ubers have really paid off for his team so far. So
Jamal gets picked off early as he tries to rush like right lane, I think it was, but the rest of the team are just going to start collapsing. Trying to collapse at least after Jamal dies. Schmuck is in, Caspian dies really early, doesn't get anything, I believe.
they
Gets
have
taken down really low.
comfortably, and yeah, with that blue team height, they are just going to keep pushing forward. Will Big One survive here? He's trying his
Oh,
best.
he does!
He does!
Ara Lucky was so close to that.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
thanks to his scout too there. Good job protecting your mid.
Yeah, that beef has kind of allowed them to like keep the Uber and maybe even fight second. I was find it kind of weird that they managed to they stacked the point, but they're actually still going to manage to take second with like all this pressure and speed of the players coming in now.
Even Uber's an exchange and cheese there between the soldiers. There is still a 1 soldier advantage for Misfits as well.
Yeah, the Ubers have come out, Ubers have faded now. Stir gets picked off during that trade, so does Jamal. Bappo gets a huge pipe in return though, so it's going to even some players out. And I'm not sure who this trade favors at the moment. It looks like Red Team because they actually managed to retake some position while they were trapped at bats at the start of that trade.
Yes, I think you might be right. Just for Logjam, just trying to play it pretty safe right now. Caspian peeking through dungeon, but not getting too much, but he's... Oh, he's receiving spam in exchange now. It's just a bit of a stalemate, I guess, while both teams build Uber again. In saying that, blue team are about 20% in front. See if they'll just want to push off this straight away. Posey is...
Sack is in, Moblek is deep. Bappo gets picked off, oh no.
Ubers are even now.
Yeah, but they're definitely going to pick up, like, push off this demo advantage. They're going to try and muscle their way through grass, but Caspian's actually pushing Sword, trying to deny Faith from coming in. He actually dies, but Ubers have not come out yet, though. It's going to be a 4-on-5 fight in grass. Jamal is super deep. He's trying to get the force off as well. Everyone is really low on the side of Red Team.
Yeah, Misfits have popped and Core hasn't done that yet for blue team, so they have full advantage right now. They're going to want to have them push into last with that.
Yeah, everyone just got a bit too deep and a bit too clustered, and they didn't even have to use, and none of them shot the same player as well. So that was really unfortunate. Like, a bit of a missed, like, opportunity there.
I mean, it's going to be another missed opportunity for Justice for Logjam if they don't push in off this full Uber advantage before Misfits get theirs. I'm not sure why they're taking so long.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to buff up some respawners that they had, and now they're just going to try and push Shutter. Poisey is in, so is Brady. He gets stuck in the doorway, but he manages to kill a Bappo who tries to hold the doorway with like 8 stickies. They're just going to play on right side now. Ubers are faded. They managed to pick off Fade though. There's a bunch of point time.
They need to keep guys off that point. Well, Big Old is 10% off his Uber right now. Big Old goes
this
down.
Is so close, yeah.
No Uber for Misfits right now. Core is still up, killing his team, and that med pick was a huge blow for Misfits, and pretty much gave Justice for Logjam that round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Core spotted Big World. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Core spotted like how much Uber Big World had with the Soul and Vow, and he just called to focus Big World immediately. Killing Big World prevented like that Uber coming out and saving point, and then they just focused the rest of the people.
Really worked for them.
New mid now, 2-1 on the side of Justice for Logjam as early soldier bombs come in. Schmuck is going to die as well as Caspian. Ara Lucky gets picked off by the stickies of Bappo though. Faye is deep. He manages to get some solid rockets onto Big World, but Stir's going to die as well. It's just the medic and Bappo who picks up a frag onto Faye as he's running away. These mids are just not going, like, I think I just called, like we called it before the second map, like there's a lot more room for Faye and Moblek to do work on these mids, and they're just capitalizing. They're either making space or getting early picks, and they're just working off that.
Yeah, you're right about that. They have been pretty dominant in these mids. Core going back instead of moving in there. Okay. So Misfits are moving forward. It's stalemating right now. Both teams waiting for someone to make a move.
Yeah, even Uber's probably just expecting a sack in now. They're going to actually create a bunch of space for their sackers by pushing grass. Faye is really deep onto someone in Saw as Faye picks off Bappo and Schmuck dies trying to get a counter sack in. Mobluk is in deep trying to get the force in. They've lost 3 players for this actually, so yeah. They actually lose Jamal as well, and Caspian is going to be the only one left to protect Big Rod as they start running into last right now through under.
Out comes Uber. Both Ubers are out.
No, Bappo. Oh, he gets jumped the moment he gets respawned.
Red
Now
team
it's
is
gonna
ready
be-
for their players to come back.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hard fight for them to win. They only just get a respawn now. They're just trying to fight into 9 point. Yeah, that's a 3-1 so far with 4 minutes left.
It's almost like the last map, Mirage, where you've got the first points in the second half of the map for one team.
Yeah, I think Poise's team is feeling quite the momentum at the moment.
Yeah.
But new mid is another chance for red team to get around. This is definitely not like, you know, out of it yet. All they need to do is just win like 2 more rounds to tie it up, and it's definitely winnable. With given the amount of time there is left. Schmuck gets completely destroyed by a pipe early, and he's going to wait for an arrow. Caspian is deep in. They're actually just going to trade spam at the moment and high ground. Oh, Stir gets picked off by a pipe from Brady. Brady does get taken down early though, so that's going to be a bit of a demo advantage. All they need to do is just play hide and they can probably win this. But dealing with the soldier behind is going to help. Ara Lucky gets picked off. Caspian staying behind, picking off another soldier helped as well.
We have secured the control point.
Yeah, so there's a player advantage for Misfits right now. They're going to move in to take second.
The control point is being contested.
Well, Justice for Logjam on last right now. They have an Angie up. It's the only off class I can see.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. They have to take this round really fast. They have time for maybe 1 sack, but that's not going to happen once you fail your jump. I don't know what they're going to try and plan to do here. They need 2 rounds, so they need to kind of like,
Step on
you
it.
know, yeah, they need to push it now basically, because they still need time to win another round afterwards.
There's a Scout V demo in lower lobby right now. Brady just doing his job as demo there, keeping
I
them
don't
scouts
know
out.
what's taking them so long. They need like another 30 seconds to push this, it seems like. Otherwise, they're not going to get another round. They're just sitting in lobby wait.
They're waiting for someone to get a pick and push on that instead of
don't
just
think-
going in together.
I don't think that's going to happen when they're all just sitting like and trying not to feed. There's a sack that comes in. Caspian is going to die. A second soldier comes in. They actually trade out a few players. It's 3 on 4, but they managed to get the force onto core. I don't think there is enough time left though. Even if they wait for yeah, that's definitely not. They can get a round, but I don't think they'll get 2. They're just going to start mobilizing now, I guess. They have a few spawners that came up just then. They're going to try and buff everyone up. I feel like they think they were only 1 round down. That's why they took like too long, but they're going to start pushing up now. Soldier jumps height early. They're actually just going to take a bunch of space before even using. Yeah, this is... They're going to get around probably with the full Uber ride, but they're definitely not going to win the map. They only just win now. They only just go in now. Caspian gets picked up early. Gun goes down. Heavy is going to get focused.
Moblek with a lot of spam above the medic demo combo. He's got his melee out and he's going to... Yeah, and he takes out Bappo there right at the end with his melee, but Misfits do grab another round on Justice for Logjam.
If they had like another minute left on the clock, then it would be good, but they didn't, and they just took way too long. There's 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they can grab this round unless they literally all sack in full and wipe them like immediately. That's not gonna happen though.
Yeah, literally 15 seconds right now. Pretty much dead time.
Yeah, 7 seconds left as a few frags come out on each side. Trying to just pad some logs now. And that's going to be the second map that goes to Justice Logjam. 3-2. I was right. I am so good.
Alright.
I mean, yeah, we can just quickly get logs up and let's talk about that. See how. I mean, pretty good on the side of Justice for Logjam to recover after that first map and get the second one.
Yeah, that was pretty much like the last map, but in the other team's favor. It was really close tonight. Be interesting to see how these guys fare against each other later on in the season as, teams develop more. It looked like mental game was a thing as well. When teams were down on the points, it looked like they really felt it and they just kept giving the other team more rounds after the first couple of rounds got put on the board.
Yeah, I'm going to read out a few stats real quick because there's some interesting things just to look from the logs. Poisey going huge, 26 for 8. This is kind of him showing off that he can take some big dick Ubers and actually do a lot of work with
A
them.
lot of solos there.
Yeah. I think this map really showed like the DM capabilities of these teams and how even they actually are, because when you look at total damage, literally only 3 damage difference.
Yeah, when you're talking about poise as well, sorry to interrupt, look at his
Yeah.
KD. It's 3.3. He went 26 for 8 that map. He is
Yeah.
feeling himself.
He was keeping Core alive very well as well, and Core actually had a
Yeah.
great game. One kill, 3 deaths. But yeah, like I was saying before, like there was literally no damage differential, but there was like a huge kill differential. I think it was 19 frags in favor of blue team. They just focus fired more, cleaned up better. They had their soldiers like come in and distract so that Poisey and Aralaki could just run in and do a bunch more damage and get some cleanup frags. Despite all of that, Jamal did pick up 26 frags, so he can still do work no matter how much beam he has in comparison to Beppo. But yeah, I think this is, again, these teams have showed like how distinct their playstyle is, where Beppo is kind of the one initiating and then Jamal's kind of like following him afterwards. Whereas like Poise is really like pushing the limits and pushing what he can do towards the other team and trying to bully them. And I guess it didn't work on Process, but it worked on Snakewater.
Yeah, this really was Justice for Log Jam's map tonight.
Yeah. Did you notice anything else just from the game overall?
Oh, I did enjoy the off-classing. That was fun. And especially when misfits were looking out for that spy really well. Like, poor Mo Bloke, he was looking for a play, but misfits were really on guard for that.
Yeah. I mean, not much else to say. This is still like really early in the season. It's the second week, so and these teams are both probably in the running to get like that the championship at the end of the season.
Yeah, you reckon? I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
these. Looking at main so far, these two are like out of some. I'd say these two out of like 5 potential teams can probably win, and they're showing how even they are. Like closely matched, they traded maps, so no one's going to stay undefeated. But unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see how they both go throughout the season. I mean, I'm going to remember you calling this now.
Yeah,
I reckon you're right, though. Yeah, I definitely see him in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think one more difference to point out that map was that Schmuck and Caspian would like, even though statistically they look like they did a lot better, I feel like just they got their damage and they got their players off at slightly worse timings than Faye and Mobloke did, to the point where Jamal and Bappo couldn't really capitalize. Whereas like Faye and Mobloke, they didn't really look like they did some great individual plays. Like I didn't really notice it, but then when I looked at the team fights, they were really like jumping in, drawing a few eyes and things like that. It allowed Poisey and Ara Lucky like a lot of room to just walk at people.
Might be a case of misfits just having to review this map a bit more thoroughly.
Yeah, for Process, I'm sure the one that they lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really tight contest. Yeah, that was a really. Oh yeah, no, Misfits is the other team. Yeah, they lost Snakewater.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's alright.
Yeah, I don't know. Really tight game. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Would you what? Do you want to do shout outs?
Yeah. I'll start with my shout outs then. Shout out to BP. Shout out to Ligma, the Inter team, and then shout out to Lux.
Shout out to Jolson. Sorry for not introducing you at the start of the stream.
All good.
Shout out to my friend Laura Halo. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday! And it was Big Will's birthday yesterday. So, happy birthday to you guys! Shout out to the mug. No shout outs for this dump truck just to go. Shout out to Von and Ramos and Weedstack, and shout out to the mug. Shout out to Hover too, he's having a little cry. Alright, that's me.
Yeah, shout out to Thermite as well for producing. That was it for the night. We will probably definitely have some more coverage of season 30 later. Maybe there will be a cast tomorrow, but there will definitely be a cast for next week as well. So tune in for that. And yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the cast, thanks for production, Thermite. See you guys next time.